Hi everyone, if you're watching this video, that means you're kind of ready to start test 1. There are multiple parts to test 1. The first part that you're going to take is test 1 knowledge portion. And for that, you need to use Lockdown Browser. If you don't have Lockdown Browser already, you need to install it, right? Canvas gives you on-the-screen instructions to download it, right? So you don't need to worry about anything. Just follow the instruction, get it, and then after it is done, you can open that browser. You go to Canvas and you open the test and you can take the test. When you start the test, please read all of the questions carefully. You're going to see one question at a time. So read them carefully, and then after you're fine with the answer that you give, move on to the next question. If you're not sure about the answer or not sure about the question, just mark it. On the left side, there is like a kind of a flag that you can mark that question and then go back to it at the end. So just take your time. You have 75 minutes to complete the test. There are about 45 questions or 46 questions, and you have plenty of time. I took the test and it took me about 12 minutes to complete. I know I made the test, so for me it's like super easy. I knew what I'm asking for each question. So I multiplied that 12 minutes by 5 and then added some more minutes to it. So you have plenty of time to complete the test, but I want you to read all of the questions carefully. All right, when you're done with the knowledge-based portion, then you can move on to the next part, which is the programming portion. For the programming portion, you don't need to use Lockdown Browser, and basically when you click on it, it won't require you to have the Lockdown Browser. And I do not want you to open it with Lockdown Browser because you need to use a software. You need to use Python software. So for that part, it is very similar to the labs that we did, right? So I give you a question, a problem, and I want you to write a code for that. I give you sample output, for instance, and I want your output to look like to the output that I'm giving to you. So just similar to the labs, follow the instructions and try to write the program. For each programming question, you have a couple of minutes to complete them. Do your best, all right? But even though you cannot get the output that I ask you to get, submit whatever you have, all right? You can get partial credit for the effort that you put to write that code, right? So whatever you end up with before the times is up, submit it, all right? If you do not submit it before the time limit that you have, I cannot accept it. I cannot accept your program through emails or anything like that, to be fair to everyone. So be mindful of the time that you have and submit whatever you end up with, even though it is not complete program, right? You can get partial credit if it's not complete. If it's complete, good, awesome. Just submit it. Hopefully you get all of the points. I'm sure you will. And just go through them and complete all of the parts for test 1, and then you're done, all right? I just need a couple of days to go through all of them and grade them. For each part, there are some questions that I need to go through, like for instance, for program test 1 knowledge-based portion, the last couple of questions are the one that I need to go and manually grade. So it will take me a couple of days to go through all of them. And then for programming ones, I have to go and run all of those codes and grade them for you. Best of luck, and I will put some hours through the day that I will be available. If you have any questions for the knowledge-based portion, you cannot use any of those hours because your browser is locked. You cannot open Zoom or anything else. But for programming portion, if you have questions, you can email me. But again, you have limited time, so I want you to focus on solving the question on your own, all right? And that part is not closed book. So if you want to go back to your labs and take a look at some of them, please feel free to do so. But you're not allowed to go and search the exact question online to find a solution. I mean, I'm not sure if you can find anything, but do not waste your time doing anything like that. And if I notice that you took something that is not from you, I will basically meet with you and want you to explain your code. So you need to understand what you have done. I want you to use only the stuff that we talked about in class, not anything that you haven't seen and I haven't talked about. So just focus on the content and the materials that we went over so far, especially for the programming portion. Again, if you have any question throughout the programming portion of the test, you can email me and I get back to you as soon as possible. So at the end, I want to say best of luck. I'm sure many of you are very capable of get a very good grade on this test. So just pay attention to the questions, do your best, and you will be fine. All right? I will talk to you soon, and best of luck.